Oh, shout out to everybody in the battle rap community. You know what I mean? Like I watched. I do want to say shout out to Red Breed Entertainment. The battles that you guys have like on this card is crazy. You know what I mean? Like already, Math Hoffa versus Chubby Jag is wild. You know what I mean? I watched that battle 3 times, and then you got MACK Myron versus BIGG K, which is like this battle is crazy, bro. And then you got Chef Trez versus O-Red, which is a really good battle. And, you know, oftentimes, like, in events, a lot of bloggers only really, like, talk about, like, the big, like, you know, at least me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm guilty of it. I only talk about, like, the main, you know, battles. But I kind of want to talk about this battle because I think it was just so fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is, you know, just me being a fan about it. But MACK Myron, he starts out the first round. Like he starts out the first round. He goes ahead, he says, I told ARP I ain't want another white person. Av kept ducking, so he got me the white version. He goes ahead and he says, K getting holes in him, like a back page, you know what I'm saying? And he said K getting holes in him, like was in him on site, like a back page. And then he goes ahead, he says, headshot like Trina, it'll floor the B word, you know what I'm saying? Like Florida, it'll floor the B word. He goes ahead, he says, dirty pistol, the serial scratch like a Premier beat, like, you know what I'm saying? Like DJ Premier, I thought that was crazy. Dirty pistol, a serial got scratched like a Premier beat. That was fire. And then BIGG K, he goes ahead and he starts out like his first round. BIGG K, he goes ahead, he says, straight from the muscle, I'm strapped. Got a K with the muzzle, 100 pieces on the table like I'm making a puzzle. Y'all know how BIGG K rap, like when he really serious. And the wild part about this battle, like people, the major complaints about BIGG K is like, yo, like he does just enough, you know, to do the battle. Sometimes like his rounds seem like they're wild short, which really he just like raps through crowd reaction and all that. Like he don't really care like about really entertaining for the most part. He just wants to get through his material, get paid and go. But BIGG K, I don't know what's going on with him this year. Like he's got like arguably like one of the top 3 rounds like of all time. You know what I mean? And then like in this battle, like he's showing like, yo, like it's not a one-time thing to where I had like just a crazy round or whatever. You know, it's, you know, I'm really this year, I'm taking it serious. He goes ahead and he says, I want to repeat that one again because it was fire. He said, straight from the muscle, I'm strapped, got the K with the muzzle, 100 pieces on the table, like I'm making a puzzle. Like, yo, like this dude. And he says, they say Mac the man, he go nuts, you in trouble. He ain't the man, y'all nuts, macadamia to crumble. I came from the struggle where youngins had to play in the puddle. Now they whole team getting clapped like they breaking the huddle. Now they whole team getting clapped like they breaking the huddle. Like, yo! Listen to me. BIGG K, what you doing out here? Wait a minute. What you doing? Like, what are you trying to prove out here, bro? What you trying to prove out? Like, shout out to BIGG K, bro. Like, shout out to BIGG K. Like, no diss, bro. You be trying to diss, bro. But shout out to BIGG K, bro. I do want to say that. Then he goes ahead and he says, wintertime, I had a starter, like the starter jacket. Y'all remember, like, you know what I mean? In Cleveland, we used to rock the starter jackets like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, like, they did too, like, where he come from. But he basically said, wintertime, I had a starter full of yay, I could double. Way before the corona, I made plays in the bubble. Like, yo! He had that starter jacket, you know what I'm saying? He was out selling, he made plays in the bubble. Yo, like, BIGG K, what you doing? What's that? That's crazy. I do want to say that again because it was crazy. He said, wintertime, I had a starter, like starter jacket full of yay, I could double. Way before the corona, I made plays in the bubble. That was crazy. He said, we don't pray to the same God. I'm blessed by the streets. No, he said, we don't pray to the same God. I'm blessed by streets. My gun in a lockbox. Protect my peace. Yo! What we doing, BIGG K? What we doing out here? Shout out to BIGG K, bro. Like, he had me, like, I was watching this battle, like after every bar, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo. Like, he wilding out here, bro. And then he goes here, he says, Big Mac double tapped in a box like Puffy in the 90s. He said, the the laser make you, he said the laser make you lay sick like eye surgery. Like the laser make you lay sick, LASIX, like the laser make you lay sick like eye surgery. He was wigging, bruh. And then MACK MYRON, so first round, BIGG K clear. And MACK MYRON in the first, he had like a big stumble, like in the first, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he about to choke or nothing like that, but he stumbled, you know, and it was like pretty apparent that he did that. But, you know, a lot of some of the things that MACK MYRON says is kind of like tongue twisters or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But he stumbled in the first, so I had to get BIGG K. And BIGG K's material was just like better in the first. But MACK MYRON, he kind of, I think he's looking at it like, yo, I'm down in the first round. I got to do something. You know, so I don't know if he switched his rounds or however he had it like, you know, set up. But MACK MYRON, he goes ahead and says, your face will get cracked all over the place like 86. Like, y'all know, like cracking 86. He says, your face will get cracked all over the place like 86. It get crazy like Dave Chappelle and Wayne Brady skit. 80 spit, get low main, Asian disc. K got a bounty on his head like Jadakiss. Like, yo! What's that, Mac? Mac, what you doing? Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You know, and the way he like set it up, like he was just like going ham. He's like, your face will get cracked all over the place. 86 will get crazy like Dave Chappelle and Wayne Brady skit. I like when you said that though, Mac. Like the reason why I like that, because that's one of my favorite skits of all time. Like Wayne Brady, like in the Training Day, you know, scenario with Dave Chappelle, when Dave Chappelle was just in the car like all scared, you know what I'm saying? Like that was crazy. So you putting that, and I just watched that literally like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy that you said that. You know what I mean? I'm a huge like Dave Chappelle and, you know what I'm saying, like Charlie Murphy fan. But just say that again. He said, your face will get cracked all over the place like 86. It gets crazy like Dave Chappelle and Wayne Brady skit. 80 spit, get low main. Like, you know, like the food, lo mein, Asian. And then he says, Asian disc. I put a bounty on your head like Jadakiss. That's crazy. And then he goes ahead and he says, I bring a dude more pain, get shot in his feet. B-word, I'm Tory Lanez. Then he's got like a designer scheme. Like, this gets crazy. He basically says, shout out to ARP. He threw me a effing war. K think it's Gucci like the designer. It's a designer scheme. He said, shout out to ARP. He threw me an effing war. K think it's Gucci. I should nail his head to the effing floor. Chanel, I should nail his head to the effing floor. Get him lined up like Burberry, because Burberry's got lines. He says, what's the fuss about? I told his mom, suck a Dior, get the F out. Like Christian Dior, I told his mom to suck Dior, get the F out. Like, he is just like wigging. And then he goes ahead and he says, battle rappers don't like me. I offend these H words. You know what I'm saying? I offend these H words, like Fendi, I offend these H words. So his whole designer scheme, like MACK MYRON is wigging, bruh. What we doing, Mac? What's that? What's all this? You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he's going on, but then BIGG K goes. And he says, I've been like, yo, this kind of like, when BIGG K said this, when he opened up his third round, this kind of had me, I mean, his round, this kind of had me like, yo, what you doing, BIGG K? Because listen to what he says. He says, I've been sipping Dom Perignon for 4 weeks. I take the coke and whip it like aerosol, smoke free. You can get killed before you start, low key. You know me, can get nipped in the bud like Marathon OG. So when he said that, I'm like, yo, is he dissing Nip? But then I'm thinking like, you know, Marathon OG. So I'm like, and everybody kind of gets quiet like when he says it, like, and then they kind of catch it, like, because, you know, a lot of people don't blow. You know what I mean? I don't blow. But, you know, people, I think they caught on to it like, okay, he's talking about Marathon OG. He ain't really dissing it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to listen to how he says it. He says, I've been sipping Dom Perignon for 4 weeks. I take the coke and whip it like aerosol. Smoke free. You can get killed before you start, low key. You know me. He said S word can get nipped in the bud like Marathon OG. So it's that's kind of risky. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it kind of made sense. Like, I like the way I'm thinking he talking about the marathon. You know what I'm saying? It is what. And he said, he had like a little, like a couple lines, but then he says, left slime in the stairs like a Goosebumps book cover. I thought that was crazy, bro. I thought that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I like the way Big K thinks outside of the box. Like when you get a lot of battle rappers, you kind of know what the punch is. You know what the setup is. You kind of, even with like the double meanings or whatever, you kind of get like, you know, where they going. But him is just like, he's very creative, bro. You know, so shout out to Big K for that. And then he goes ahead and he says, I'll take a B word and shove a bird. Like, so he'll take a B word and shove a bird like a bird of coat. He said, I'll take a B word and shove a bird in her. You know what I mean? That's the only time I'll be next to a stool pigeon. I thought that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then he says, I watched the fiends well his arm until the flesh hang. He said F it and stabbed it in his neck vein. So he was just pretty much like going in, bro. Second round, and he was just like, he started wigging, and then he just like kind of like cut it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, what you doing? Like Big K, like he just cut it. But he, like his second round was crazy. You know what I mean? But I felt like MACK MYRON second was a little bit crazier. You know what I mean? So I gave like MACK MYRON the second. So already like right now, like I got it 1-1 Big K first. MACK MYRON got the second round. You know what I'm saying? Then we move on to the third, and MACK MYRON kind of goes into an angle like I kind of knew he was going to do just because of the climate and what's going on like in the world, like what's happening like in battle rap, the whole avocado situation, just how people are kind of like questioning race relations and all this. He's basically in his third round. He's saying like, yo, you trying to be like us, you trying to act like us, you trying to rap like us, but then you turn around, you know what I'm saying, first chance you get. And I like the way he spin and turn around. And he said, now I'm K, like Kenneth, you know what I mean? Like he does that, you know what I mean? And he's kind of just like continuing on with that. He stops in Big K's third. I think was kind of good. You know what I mean? He opens it up. He's basically talking about like his friend, you know, got shot. And he's the one that's got to explain like why this happened, like to, you know, the dude's like mother, you know what I'm saying? Because of his skin and like all this. And then he's basically, you know, going ahead and he's saying like, yo, I don't understand how people on TikTok can be doing TikToks with police. The only time I would do like a TikTok with police is like if it was a bomb in like a police headquarters. You know, like he was just pretty much, he said, like, that's the only time I would do a TikTok with police. Like, dude was like wigging, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the third round, I think clearly went to Big K, you know, but to be fair, there was like some stumbles in the third round. You know what I mean? But it was kind of like, I don't know if Big K may have been a little bit uncomfortable, like presenting that the way he did, like to battle rap, because he's like, in a sense, being vulnerable, like at that point. You know what I mean? And it's got to be tough, like being like a white rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like in battle rap, and then you got to like talk about like all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I think he got through the round like pretty good. And I think the content was good enough for him to get the third round. So I got Big K in the first, and I got him in the third. I do want to say, man, like, regardless of all the controversy or whatever that goes on in battle rap, like, even, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Big K, like, diss me, like, you know what I mean? In an interview and all that. I don't really care about all that. The problem that I have with, like, a lot of battle rappers is when battle rappers, they get on stage, they don't give the fans what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of supporters supporting you. And when you getting in there, you doing short rounds, you getting about, people kind of look at that like, yo, like, do you really even care? You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I think Big K this year, he's pretty much trying to show people, you know, I've got like, I think he's got like 60 plus battles or something crazy like that. He's pretty much trying to show people like, yo, I'm around for a while, you know what I mean? And since I'm going to be here, I'm going to do the best work that I can. I think he did an interview on Hip Hop Is Real. And I think Knowledge the God or somebody was asking him, it was like, yo, like, how do you feel? Do you feel like the fans are giving you your just due because you're battling like on another league, you know? And he said, he's kind of saying like, yo, like he feels like it's like that in a sense, but he don't care about all that. He don't care about all the tears. He don't care about that. He just wants to get in the ring and battle people that are dope. Now, I do want to say this before I get up out of here. I'm in a weird position to where I talk to like a lot of prominent people, you know what I'm saying? Not like a lot. I know like 5 celebrities. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. But I talk to them, and a lot of these celebrities and people like that watch y'all, they watch y'all. You know what I mean? A lot of these people, they don't watch just because it's Rare Breed Entertainment or just because it's URL or just because it's King of the Dot. They watch y'all. You know, so I think a lot of battle rappers may get it twisted sometimes when they're performing on other leagues. Like, yo, I may not have to get full rounds. I may not have to, you know, show all out like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like some people, they maybe do pee-wee leagues or something like that. You know what I mean? And I could just skate by. But y'all got to realize a lot of y'all diehard fans, they really root for y'all and they want y'all to do good. But I feel like Big K now, you know what I mean, like is kind of getting to the point to where he's trying to prove to the fans that he's, you know, how he used to be. You know, and I'm not saying like Rare Breed Entertainment is like a Pee Wee League or nothing like that, because when you really break it down, if you want good battles, you want to go to like Rare Breed Entertainment and watch the battles. I'm just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get a lot of choking, you don't get a lot of stumbling, you don't get like really none of that. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit of stumbling here and there, but for the most part, the battles are fire. You know what I mean? But y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. I do want to see Big K again. I do want to see MACK MYRON again. You know, obviously Mac had like a stumble like in the first, but for the most part, I think his material was dope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.